Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I may be changing the name of this show. It might now be called the After Hours because I find myself just excited to see what's happening in the pre-market or the after hours with some of these key stocks. And right now, we have two stocks that are making massive moves that are going to get ready to take off and explode tomorrow at the morning bell. So we're going to jump in and take a look at those two stocks, what it means for you, where the opportunities are, and when should we get into the market on these two stocks. But before we do that, let's just talk about the market in general today. So mixed overall. We had, if you like the tech sector like me, you did see strong performance, up 1% in the NASDAQ. Some of that performance was driven by the companies we all love and that swallow up the headlines or take up the headlines every day. So we'll show you the performance of who the winners and the losers were on the NASDAQ. But we did see a little bit of a mix in the Dow Jones today. The Dow was down by just about 0.83%. It makes you wonder, are we continuing to see some rotation out of that market into safe haven plays? So let's take a look at the few traditional safe haven plays and see if that's the case. But before we get started, give a like to the video. It helps the algorithm, and I appreciate you guys' time. So first, let's jump over and just take a look at the NASDAQ as a whole. So let me start over here, and you could see, sorry guys, let me add that to the market. You can see Mag 7's kind of led the way. We had 6 of the 7 up. The only one that didn't go up today was Tesla, but strong performance from Microsoft leading into their earnings report tomorrow. I do think they're going to have a strong earnings report tomorrow. They're going to have a strong print. I think we're going to see more demand and more growth from Microsoft. I think a lot of analysts think you can get to 600 by the end of the year. So lots of room to go there. But we did see Apple, Google up. Broadcom had a great day. If we look at the memory stocks, Micron, one of my favorites, was up about 5.5%. We saw some of the key equipment suppliers up. Lam Research led the way with a 7%. But we did see Applied Materials, ASML, and KLA also had strong days. But let's take a look at, real quickly, I just want to jump over and look at some of the ETFs that are aligned with these safe haven plays. And we still see, if you look in the upper corner here, kind of the precious metals. So gold and silver continuing their move. And we did see down here in the lower corner, we saw crypto had a good day today overall. Gold, we're still seeing it. We know it's the ultimate insurance play. In fact, gold was up 2% on the day, crossed over the $5,100 an ounce. We're still seeing rotation to that metal. We still see silver. Also, we know it's an industrial demand metal. It's the tech metal, as they like to call it. Silver pulled back a little bit today, but it rallied and finished at $111 an ounce, which is up, I think, over just about 2% as well. Let me just check. Was actually up almost 5%. Take that back. So it finished strong in the day across the board. But I wanted to talk a little bit about a stock today that had a report, had an earnings. I'm going to jump over to that and show you what stock I'm talking about. You probably already know already. It's Seagate Technology. They had their earnings this afternoon after the market closed, and it was an amazing quarter for them. So we know throughout the day they had a great day today too. If you can see that report, they had a strong finish. I think people were anticipating a strong quarter from Seagate Technology. They finished with just about a 4% growth on the day. You can see at the top of your screen there, closed at a stock price of $372, picked up just under $14. But based on what we heard from their performance, I'm going to scroll up here, and I just want to draw your attention right under that $372. You can see the pre-market, or what I like to call the after hours performance. And this is why I'm thinking about changing my show personally. The after hours for Seagate is up almost $38 a share right now. They're trading up close to $410, another 10% growth in the after hours. This stock's going to come in tomorrow on fire. We may see some profit taking, but the demand for this stock is there, and I think it will continue to recover, and it will get back to where it was. And you ask yourself why. The reason why was the quarter they had. So they reported revenues of $2.83 billion, which was up 22% over prior year. We saw them beat expectations for earning per share. So they had a $3.11 earning per share. And we saw their adjusted gross operating margin go up by 42%, and their overall operating margin went up by 32%. So it was driven, as their leadership said, by the demand for AI. The AI build out, the memory that is needed for demand. And this is a great signal for the affiliated companies. And one of my favorites, which is Micron, which we're going to take a look at in a moment, because we know that Seagate's revenue and what we saw in the demand that they have and what they reported from an earnings perspective is just another validating point of the infrastructure build out, of the infrastructure investment that's happening in the country. So that's going to have a spillover effect on Micron, and that's exactly what we saw. So let's jump back over. Let me switch over now, just kind of take a look at Micron as a whole. And you can see Micron had a great day today, as we predicted yesterday. We saw their movement in after hours. They came in on fire. They closed the day about 5.5%, $21 gain on the stock, up well over that 400 threshold that I was saying I wanted to see the stock push through. They're at $410 a share now. But look again, what's happening in the after hours. They're pushing over 420 a share right now, picking up almost 3% more in the after hours, another $12 gain for the stock. This is another one, guys, that's going to come out hot. We may see some profit taking as well, like we did the other day, but it will recover. We know when we see, just based on the demand that we're seeing, we know some of the moves that the company has done with their acquisition in Taiwan, the investment they have in Singapore. They're rising to meet that demand. We saw an analyst earlier today from Mizuho push the price target to $450 a share. That same analyst moved the price target just a week ago to $390. So back-to-back movements of that share target within a very short period of time. So strong moves overall from Micron. I think what we're seeing today with Seagate is one step. I believe we're going to see Microsoft have a strong print tomorrow. They're going to talk about their CapEx investment. We're going to see also the need for memory from both Tesla and Meta tomorrow, which is going to push this stock even further. And then on Thursday, Western Digital has their earnings. And if they also have a strong print like Seagate Technology did today, that's another validating point for Micron. I think Micron has room to go. It's going to push close, well over that 450. And I think we're going to start pushing close to that 500 in a real short period of time. So let's get in on Micron. Again, do your research. You're the one who's going to take the risk and put the money into the assets. So make sure you do your research on your own before you jump into any of these stocks. But let me hear your thoughts below. What did you think of Seagate's earnings today and the impact that it had on Micron and some of the other companies? What do you think is going to happen tomorrow with the mega cap companies? Love to hear your thoughts, but I hope you're having a great day. I hope you had a great day in the markets today, and I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.